Hi, I'm Barry McDonald Jr., the third. When I first heard about COVID-19, I thought, wow, what an amazing name for a pop band, following in the tradition of other great bands like East 17, Maroon 5, and of course, S Club 7. So when I got the opportunity to make a documentary about a brand new boy pop band, I called my friend Andrew Pattison and said, we gotta make a documentary about this brand new boy band, COVID-19. You gotta help me make this. And he set me straight.
I said, cut that crap, will you, Kieran? This is my friend Kieran Butler, who doesn't normally talk like that. He's a great musician, great songwriter, a great videographer, and I've got to put him straight. COVID-19 is a bacteria, a disease, and because of it, there's just
I thought it was a virus.
It could be, yeah, that's right, like the common cold. And because of it, there's no entertainment. So we're sitting here in a little backyard in suburban Melbourne, but we're going to jump in the car in just a few minutes' time and take you into Melbourne, and we're going to put on a special concert and turn it into a TV program, and then we're going to ask you to maybe donate a bit of money so these poor musicians can get a meal this week.
Andrew's helped me out in terms of getting a whole bunch of great acts. We really hope that you enjoy what we've got to offer, and without any further ado, we're going to introduce you to the very first episode of what we've called Troubadour Tunes.
Hello, my name is Blaise White and we're here with Troubadour Tunes. We've got a very special guest here today, Andrew Pattison, who has a long history with the Troubadour. How are we today, Andrew?
I'm feeling very old after that introduction. I know this room we're in today, which is the Highlander, a beautiful bar in the city, is your sort of second home. So tell us a little bit about what you do here.
Oh, it is. We're here at the lovely Highlander Bar on Highlander Lane. We run a weekly comedy night here every Tuesday, or was every Tuesday before the world kind of went a bit topsy-turvy. We also run Melbourne Comedy Festivals here, Melbourne Fringe Festivals here. It's been a real hub of comedy in Melbourne for quite a few years.
A hub of Melbourne culture.
Yeah, well, we try.
And for all of those people watching overseas, we are in Melbourne, not Melbourne. Just remember that. It is Melbourne to us folks here. Now, a little bit before you were born, just a mile down the road from here was where the original Troubadour opened in 1978 at the other end of Kingsway. And it's interesting that this room, which is pretty tiny, can actually squeeze as many people in as we did in the original Troubadour, which held 62 people.
62 people.
And I'm diverging here, but there's an Australian singer called Julie Anthony, and she was being interviewed about 20 years ago. And she had been doing a cabaret season in New York, and you'd think that New York would be the world centre of cabaret. But she said there are only 3 cabaret venues in New York, and none of them holds more than 60 people.
That's crazy. I was actually reading the other day that Melbourne's the live music capital of the world. There's more live music venues per person in Melbourne than there is anywhere else in the world.
And that's why we're here, and that's why we're bringing you Troubadour Tunes tonight. We tried hard to find a better name, but then we thought, well, the Troubadour has been a sort of a music culture for a long time. Talking of music culture, I'm going to ask my lovely assistant Greg here to bring this sign over to me. You see this sign here, Greg? For all the years that the Troubadour ran, it had this sign on the wall, which really sort of spells out the culture. That there are those that like to listen and there are those that like to talk, but this place is dedicated to the listeners. And this show we're bringing you tonight is dedicated to the listeners, so I really hope you're going to enjoy it. We've got old friends, we've got new friends, and just a great hour of music. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us and for allowing me to be part of this great thing to keep music connected to people while we're all sort of stuck at home. Thanks. The farmer waits and worries as the milk it turns and sours, but his good wife sees a future with no dairy and no grains. She sets her mind busy and attending to the flowers. Still the farmer, he is scared that his sweet wife has gone insane. Meanwhile, in the cities, men are gathering in towers just to calculate the margins and to prophesize the gains. If all new generations turn to vaping and cold showers, you can bet they'll find a way to tax the air and sell the rain. Oh, does anybody know just where it is? Oh, can anyone recall where it began? Sometimes I lay and daydream of a world that's been forsaken. Things we traded in for progress sing like ghosts inside my mind. Where the future seems so far away, still eons in the making, and the open road unraveled, leaving lesser dreams behind. Where the rivers ran with life and mountains guarded jewels untaken, and the trees were tall and plenty and the sky was vast and wide. But for all the good intentions and all the careful measures taken, serve as dark reminders of the blinding truth of humankind. Oh, does anybody know just where it is? Oh, can anyone recall where it began? You never mind the tide until it's crashing along the shore. You never mind the wind until it's howling around your door. Ooh. Get born, learn to walk and smile and talk and be a child and go to school and get good grades and learn the rules and play the game. Smell the roses, find a job, you better gather all you got. Find someone to love you, make a child, then turn the wheel again. Get born, learn to walk and smile and talk and be a child and go to school and get good grades and learn the rules and play the game. Smell the roses, find a job, you better gather all you got. Find someone to love you, make a child, then turn the wheel again. Oh, does anybody know just where it is? Oh, it's coming around the bend. Oh, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much.
The song's called When the Heart Is Given, and it's only about 12 months old. And it's a fairly soft song for my tendencies. And when I was cooking it up in my head, I thought, I'll take this to Khristian. He gets softness. He gets, he's truly sensitive. He'll get it. So I said to Khristian, I'm coming over with this half idea. And I was nervous about taking it to him, so I worked on it all weekend, and by the time I went to Khristian's, I had it cooked. If it wasn't for arranging to get his help on it, I would never have gone through with it. But it was called fear of embarrassment that made me finish it off before I got there, eh? Thanks, Khristian. Good on you, mate. 2, 3, 4. In some the heart is so pure, so loving and so sweet. Some hearts are so giving, so gentle and so kind. But should that heart be given to you, you must surely find. When the heart is given, when the heart is given, when the heart is given, you can never give it back again. The one who has received the heart, the one to whom it comes, upon them falls an oh so solemn duty to uphold. Hearts like that once given can never be returned. When the heart is given, when the heart is given, when the heart is given, you can never give it back again. That heart must be protected and guarded as a treasure, more valued than the jewels of all the kingdoms of the world. Some hearts are too precious to ever be returned. When the heart is given, when the heart is given, when the heart is given, you can never give it back again. Should that heart be damaged, should it be mistreated, it can never, ever, ever be put back together again.
How fantastic was that? That was Greg Champion and Khristian Mizzi. They're going to join us for a chat here. Come on down, boys. Right there, boys.
And we're practicing our social distancing, so I'm going to shove you along to the other end of the stage.
It's actually a 4-metre couch. You just can't see it on TV.
Now, in this era of COVID-19 and so on, looking at you, Greg, I can see that the hairdressers have been closed down for quite a while.
That's right. That's right. We've taken the opportunity not to go to the barber for some time to see where it leads, and in my case, it's not going anywhere.
Now, the question I want to ask both of you in these strange times, there's not much chance to perform anywhere, but what's it like actually getting a chance to perform to an audience of 4 people?
Well, it's a welcome change to performing to no one, so it's pretty nice. Even though it is a bit awkward, sort of feels like some of my gigs at the pubs, really.
4 is more than some audiences we've had.
If you didn't learn to gig in front of 4 people, you haven't learned to gig yet.
Which song would you like to do next, Khristian?
Well,
You got 2 choices?
we can either go one way or the other way.
Yeah. It's A or B.
Well, let's do The Children Are Coming.
All right.
Let's do that one.
Also a new song,
Yep.
about the last 12 months, and it's a homage to Greta. 3. Hear the cries of angry, panicked people. Hear the fears of the indignant, intimidated. The children are coming. The children are coming. Feel the tremor all the way from Greenland to the floor of the stock exchange. The children are coming. The children are coming. Hear the color The children are coming. Yes, they're coming. From the halls of the vested interest, through the corridors of politics and power, see them tremble. The children are coming. The children are coming. To those who prefer to take the planet down and see the money trail dismantled over their dead bodies, the children are coming. The children are coming. Hear the holler cries and get back to school, 'cause they're challenging centuries of rule. And just who will be seen to be the fool? The children are coming. Yes, they're coming. They are taking true leadership as the horrors of power lose their grip. And we better get on their trail. The children are coming. Yes, they're coming. They're really starting to rock now, Khristian. I can read a crowd and I know when a crowd wants to boogie and they don't. Yeah, we can't keep that kind of frenetic energy up all night. So, you know, we like to start low key and then just drop away to nothing.
This is a bit of a country ballad. I hope no one minds. Well, I heard from a friend of mine that you and Gary got married last Valentine. Well, I just choked on a breath, ordered more wine as the news settled dark on my day. And I was thinking, surely you can't know him too well. It's been less than a year as far as I can tell, 'cause I can still feel you there in the air of each day, since I danced with you after you caught that bouquet. That night when the lanterns burn low and the feelings are high, and the sun went down over a lavender sky, you just kicked off your high heels while I loosened my tie as the newlyweds both led the way. And we were so filled with romance and sparkling wine, and we slow danced as the old band played time after time. And right there, all my cares just unraveled away, to be dancing with the girl who just caught the bouquet.
never asked for your number. It never felt like the right time. And I don't recall you ever asking for mine. Still you held me like home, so brave and so fine, as the party just faded away. And all the glasses raised up, praising the fortunate groom. But I was the luckiest guy in the room to be moving so close in a 3/4 sway in the arms of the girl who just caught the bouquet. Those dreams that come in the night and disappear with the dawn. As I close my eyes to your shimmering light, you were gone. The very next morning. Now I've replayed it thousands of times in my mind. How does magic like that ever get left behind? 'Cause now you're long gone, and the ring's on, and the papers are signed, and you're carrying Gary's last name. Still I knew when you caught those white roses, it was all meant to be. But I believed somehow it would turn out to be me who would stand at your side to steal you away and dance with you after you'd thrown your bouquet. Thanks, everyone. Thanks so much.
What's the other name for that song?
Fucking Gary.
So I'm guessing each of you might have a couple of worst ever audience stories.
Oh,
I'll pass
Hillsville.
that to you, actually. Yes.
The Grand Hotel Hillsville. Did you ever play there in your travels?
No, I never have.
Don't even think about it. The Grand Hotel Hillsville, it was about 84, and Alan Bowles was booking it, and I've gone there, and that's right. You play behind the pool table in the front bar, and the pool table had bogans playing on it. This is Hillsville. Hillsville's got an underbelly. You would know that underbelly well, being from
Easy.
Latrobe Valley boy. And they were playing around the pool table, and you can't set up while they're playing around the pool table. So I said to the manager, I can't set up. I'll just wait. So he asked them to move on. So I set up behind the pool table, and then, Jesus, I'm spitting this out. I better get on with it. And halfway through the gig, a fight broke out just over here, and I just thought, I've never left a gig. I don't want the money tonight. I've never left a gig. Tonight's the night. Pack up and go. Yeah. I finished it off, and I finished it off against my better will, character building stuff, and against my better judgment. And the agent called and said they want you back. And I go, no way, buddy. Not even 1,000 horses. And he calls again, he says, they'll put the money up. It's gone from 200 to 250. This is 84, right? And I accepted. What a mug. I accepted. The second gig was when the fight broke out. And I'd taken my partner along. The fighters bumped my partner's head and cut her lip. And I didn't go back, and the agent didn't call again. And the Grand Hotel Hillsville, beautiful pub, great Hillsville, wonderful people. Just watch out for that underbelly.
Jeez, those Wonderwall covers can really get out of hand some days.
We've left a hard rockin' headbanger here in the kit bag, and we left that at home, and we're going to do this. So, yeah. It's a song on. It is also recent. Oh, actually, no, this one actually is 12 years. That's recent in my life. And Khristian heard it on it only went on a recent record. It might be 12 years old. It only went on a recent record. And Khristian heard it and he said he liked it and he started doing it. And that's why he's going to do it for you now. 3, 4.
Though we may not always be in each other's company, if you have moments of despair, put your hand on your heart and feel me there. When you're taken by the tide and I'm not there by your side, just remember this little prayer. Put your hand on your heart and feel me there. Seasons turn and willows weep, rivers ramble, shadows creep. She told me to say this prayer. Put your hand on your heart and feel me there. Late at night while lovers sleep, when all lonely lovers weep, she told me to say this prayer. Put your hand on your heart and feel me there. When the waiting seems too much, till the moment that we touch, if it gets too hard to bear, put your hand on your heart and feel me there. She told me to say this prayer. Put your hand on your heart and feel me there. Put your hand on your heart and feel me there.
And I'd like to just wind up our little trio set by saying something deep and profound, and something that my father once told me, and something I'd like to share with you, and that I keep for these special occasions, and I don't have anything.
Now, don't be shy, Khristian. They probably aren't listening, so you must have a worst audience experience story for us.
I could point it down to, there was one situation where it was a Christmas breakup party, and I was recommended by my mate's brother, who was he hadn't really heard me play, but he wrote, Khristian Mizzi, get him. He'll do the Christmas breakup party. And so I've walked in and set up, and it's this big hall. It's a race club, actually. And I asked the guy, where do you want me to set up? And he said, just over there underneath the TVs. So there's the whole race call, you've got Caulfield, you've got Sandringham here, you've got all the different races happening above my head there while I'm singing and playing the Christmas breakup party. Now there's about 80 people all crammed into this little spot, and they're all there ready to dance. And I don't know if you've ever heard my music, but I don't really play dance music, so it was a very weird gig. I even had one woman come up to me and say that it's the worst dance concert she's ever been to. And I said, well, thank you very much for that. And just like your situation, I said, I'm not going to take the money. I feel like this was just a really bad mix, bad combination. So I won't take the money, but thanks, but no thanks. Don't call me back next year.
I picture that scene from... Sorry.
In my case, I stuck it out to the end and did take the money.
I picture that scene from the Blues Brothers when they walk in. They go, we like both kinds, country and western. It was you in there with dance music.
It was a bit like that.
Just playing Dance Monkey for an hour.
You were talking about the Bogan pubs. There's an English folk singer-songwriter called Jay Turner who's been out here a lot because his wife's an Aussie. And he has a completely shaved head, and he was playing a gig much like your Healesville gig. But the stage was right next to the passageway that went out to the toilet. And one of the obnoxious people in the crowd, as he was walking to the loo, just ran his hand over Jay's head in a really patronising way. And he said to Jay, feels just like my wife's bum. And Jay went, yeah, you're right, it does.
This is a song called... it's called A Little Space. And it's been given a whole new meaning since this social distancing. By the Yarra Banks, it's a pretty little town. There's a golden sunny glimmer on the waters of the river. Through its streets there is a trickling sound. It's old and it's romantic, and I'm told there is still magic in its trees there to be found. It was settled in the 60s by some artists who had fixed these little cabins up from their chimneys to the ground. The men and women here built this town. Ooh. They were just looking for a little space, looking for a pretty place to breathe again. They were just looking for a little space, looking for a pretty place to breathe. These days inner city living's getting pretty hard. They're doing $1 million bank loans for these little urban pack homes, and you don't even get a Hills hoist in a yard. All stacked up like tuna cans, and the soundtrack is the traffic jams. Best get in my key card to get around. It's time to uproot, hire a mover, commute and buy a scooter. You can move a little further out of town. We're all just following that little river down. Oh.
We're all just looking for a little space, looking for a pretty place to breathe again. We're all just looking for a little space, looking for a pretty place to breathe. This country is as rich as it is vast. There's a lot of people saying how good it is to be Australian, saying whatever made it great is fading fast. So they've zoned off all the waters and they've shut down all the borders to ensure no one gets past who don't belong. Rounded up like criminals, these undrowned men and women all but die upon our shore before too long, crying out the chorus of a song. Ooh, they are just looking for a little space, looking for a pretty place to breathe again. We're all just looking for a little space, looking for some pretty place to breathe.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
I've known Khristian for about 4 years. I've known you for about 40 years. Yep, 40. You brought a band along today who we've never met before. Can you tell us a little bit about Jetty Road?
Well, they're Melbourne people. Actually, they're East Gippsland, turns out. Twin sisters. And the husband of one of the girls, Julian, on keys and guitar. They're at Tamworth and they have been for a long time. They've won a few awards over their career. Now they're having babies. Yes, they're twins, and one of the girls has had twins, and so that's Jetty Road. We're going to do a little tune here that we don't know, but it never stopped us before.
It's fun.
But the girls came to dinner about 7-8 years ago, and that's nearly the last time I saw them. And we were sitting at the kitchen table, and this song popped out.
Yes, it did.
It just popped out.
And we're jamming
out
around the kitchen table. That's what it was.
Damien got out his phone and videoed it, and he popped it on YouTube, and I recently rediscovered it, and it was fun to see, and that's why we're half the reason we're here today.
Yeah, it is actually. I'll be with you in apple blossom time. I'll be with you to change your name to mine. Someday in May, they'll come and say, happy the bride that the sun shines on today. What a wonderful wedding it will be. What a wonderful day for you and me. church bells will chime. You will be mine in apple blossom time.
I really mean it.
In apple blossom time.
Rudy doody.
In apple blossom time.
Thank you very much for joining us for our first episode of Troubadour Tunes live at the Highlander. Thank you so much. And if you want to donate, please follow the links below. I've been Blaise White. We've had some fantastic performers today. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
We are going to do a little tribute to Andrew himself. It's a favourite song of ours and Andrew's. When I woke up this morning, you were on my mind. Said, you were on my mind. I got troubles, whoa, whoa. I got worries, whoa, whoa. I got wounds to bind. So I went to the corner just to ease my pain. Said, just to ease my pain. 'Cause I got troubles, whoa, whoa. I got worries, whoa, whoa. I came home again. Yeah, I woke up this morning. You were on my mind. Said, you were on my mind. 'Cause I got troubles way down in my shoes. Said, way down in my shoes. Yeah, I got to ramble, whoa, whoa. I got worries, whoa, whoa. I got wounds to bind. When I woke up this morning, you were on my mind. Said, you were on my mind. I got worries, whoa, whoa. I got troubles, whoa, whoa. I got wounds to bind. Yeah, I woke up this morning. You were on my mind. Said, you were on my mind. I got troubles, whoa, whoa. I got worries, whoa, whoa. I got wounds to bind. Written by Sylvia Fricker. Yeah, of Ian and Sylvia, and done by many. We Five had a wonderful version, but it's Khristian St. Peter's, and that's our little acknowledgement to Andrew for not only for today, for setting up today, along with the other people, but for his decades of contribution to music in this country. Absolutely. To Andrew.
Please support the Highlander Bar's brand new takeaway food and delivery service, Cougar Eats, now delivering 6 kilometres from the Melbourne CBD, including Footscray, Elwood and St Kilda. Call 0476 949 772 or go to cougareats.com.au.
That was fantastic. Let's get joined by that fantastic performance, Greg Champion. I just fucking... I could hear, it's Khristian Mizzi. I could hear Kieran saying, "You gotta forget it," in my head as I was trying to think it.